All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? What's going on? Listen, thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all that stuff, and checking out where you can get, wherever you're getting your podcast from. You know that's where I am. I do appreciate that. I'm over on YouTube. You can watch the episode. A lot of people don't like watching the episodes, which is fine. I look like I have a black eye today, which I don't. It's just a shadow of me Wexford hat. But if you don't want to look, that's fine. That's okay. Don't take any offense to that. Appreciate that. But either way, however you're consuming the Cheaper Than Therapy podcast, I do appreciate it. Still waiting to hear back from the other two lads about my Almost Irish podcast. We'll see where that goes. I do have another podcast coming out soon with the very funny Corey Brooks. Good buddy of mine, and it's not necessarily a comedy podcast, although there will be kind of a little bit humorous, but it's a podcast going to be on mental health, kind of more or less. We're aiming it towards men though, right, and the kind of stuff that men deal with, because we get forgot about, right? Men get kind of pushed to the side, and it's not going to be an anti-woman podcast. It's going to be a pro-man podcast. But women, you can listen. Feel free to jump in. And sorry, I'm looking down at notes here for those who think I'm ignoring you or just being rude, checking text message, which I'm not. But yeah, it's going to be a podcast about mental health for men. And it's going to be a safe place for men to come in, and it will be kind of humorous. It'll be honest. It'll be very honest, and it's not anti-woman, like I said. It's going to be. I suppose I was just about to read the name. That's what I was looking it up for. I don't want to say the name because it hasn't been officially launched yet. So if it hasn't been officially launched, I mean, someone else could steal the name. Let me hold back on that. One. But yeah, again, it's not anti-woman in any means. It's just a place for lads to come. Safe place to represent the men. And ladies, we'd love to have you listening in, so maybe you can pick up some tips or pointers, or you can just get mad at us and yell at us. So that's coming soon. But anyway, what do I want to talk about this week? I guess it is Christmas time now. The holidays are here. The shopping has started. I'm not really going to I'll do a Christmas episode, I guess, closer to the day. But this episode I really want to dedicate to the teachers. Right, I wanted to dedicate to teachers. I do believe down the line teachers will be the next phase of heroes that we will turn our back on again, like we did nurses. Remember when Corona hit, the pandemic hit, remember? And nurses we love you, nurses. Yay, you're heroes, like literally heroes. You would see signs, heroes work here. Not all heroes wear capes. I mean, some of us were mad that were like, I waited way too long in the hospital when my son broke his arm, probably because some of the nurses were TikToking in the back. That did piss me off a little bit. But again, I was and still am pro nurse. We were pro cop. Remember, we were pro cops. And then something happened, and we all hated cops again. Firemen, for some reason, kind of always stay under the radar. I don't know what the firemen are doing pretty well, whatever they're doing. I mean, they've always held good 9/11. You can't take that away from them, right? I mean, unless some firemen are doing, they'll rescue someone and then they'll steal some. Even then, if they steal something, I think they're entitled to, right? To go into your house and save you. They're like, we're taking that. I was going to say DVD player, but who plays DVDs anymore? We're taking that PlayStation over there, all right? That's we saved your life, though. So I think firemen can do no wrong. But I think teachers will be the next wave of people who will be considered heroes, and then we'll just take it away from them. And where do I get this from? Well, I went to my son's parent-teacher meeting this week. A parent-teacher meeting is, if you don't know what it is, it's just you basically go meet your kids' parents, and it's a little bit different over here in America. Because in America you get to pick the teachers. You get to pick the teachers you want to see. So you get your kid's report card, and he's getting an A in maths, an A in English, an A in art, an A in music. Like, you know what? I'm going to go to those ones, right? But he's getting a fucking D or an F. My son isn't. I'm just kind of using an example. He's getting an F in geography, getting a fucking a D in history. Like, I don't want to go to see those teachers. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have anything pointed out to me about what my kid is doing wrong. I'll just go to the good ones. So that's kind of weird. But in Ireland, you have to see all of them, and they shit all over you if you've done, for whatever bad stuff you do, are good. So I went to see my son's teachers, and man, teachers are just jaded. Like, God bless them. What is going on with this? I think this is the hat making my feel like I got a facelift on her. It looks just so fucking weird today. But the teachers are jaded, right? And they want to talk. It's like they're trying to talk to you subliminally, but they're not. They're just telling you straight out. Like, you would expect them to kind of, in hostage situations, or when hack comedians say it. If you ever go to a comedy show and you see a hack comedian and they'll argue with the husband, or they'll talk to a husband and wife and go, "Are you in danger?" Just, the husband will say something dumb, and then he'll go to the wife, "If you're in danger, just blink once. Blink once if you're in trouble." And it's such a fucking hack thing, and the audience eats it up. And if you ever see a comedian do that, no, he is a hack. Or she is a hack. But anyway, so they used to be that kind of way, right? The teachers would be like, no, it's just tougher to be a teacher now. Kind of nod, help us. This time we went, and the teachers were just downright telling you, what the fuck is going on with you? It's so funny. It's just the funniest. I sit there and sympathize with them. You walk in, they've all got the mask on, and then they take the mask down to talk to you, but they put it back up and to finish their sentence. I'm like, all right, mate, like, and every one of them are saying, like, fucking wear these masks. We have to wear these masks. We get it. Nobody does. Nobody likes wearing the mask unless you're just a scaredy psychopath. Again, some people wear the mask because they feel they've sick family members at home, but I mean, like to wear the mask is what I'm trying to say. Do you understand? I don't even think, Mick Thomas, he's shitting on masks now. No, I'm just saying, if you like wearing the mask, there's something wrong with you. So, every teacher's shitting on, like, what it's like to be a teacher now. There's no, like, subliminal messages. There's no, let me kind of hide the fact. They're just telling you it fucking sucks being a teacher. It sucks. Like, nobody has our back, is basically what they're saying. One teacher I am paraphrasing, right? One teacher was kind of like, yeah, these fucking Mexicans coming over, because of the border crisis. A bunch of them said because of the border crisis, which we know what you're saying. The border crisis is, and this is the truth, this is happening, by the way. You can Google this up, and if I'm paraphrasing it and fucking it up, I do apologize, but you can Google, do your own research on it. Don't take my word for it. So because of the border crisis, a lot of people coming in from the southern countries, and what they're doing is they're crossing the border into America, and then they're being sent to schools around the country. So one teacher had an extra 30 kids in her class because of the kids were dropped. The kids were dropped in, the ones who migrated from another country, and they're dropped in, and they don't speak English at all. So I know it's happening in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. Could be Georgia. Again, do your own research on it. Don't take my word for it. I'm a fucking moron. But what they're doing is, every certain schools have to have, if you have Spanish-speaking kids, you have to be able to communicate with those kids. So these kids don't speak English, so the teachers don't speak Spanish. So now what they're doing is, this is the Carolinas, by the way, not my son's school. They're firing the English-speaking teachers. They're firing them to replace them with Spanish-speaking teachers, which I have nothing against Spanish-speaking teachers. I wish I spoke Spanish. I love Narcos. I watch Narcos, and, like, that looks so fucking cool, right? That looks so cool, just how they speak and how it rolls. I'd love to learn it. But, so nothing against that. And so now, because the teachers don't speak Spanish, because of the influx of Spanish-speaking kids, like, well, you can't teach her then. Why? Well, because you got a room full of Spanish people. Spanish-speaking kids. I didn't ask for them. Well, you have them. So either learn fucking Spanish over the weekend, like the whole Spanish over the weekend. Not, we'll let you do Spain Spanish, like Spanish. Doesn't have to be, South American Spanish. Doesn't have to be Mexican Spanish. Doesn't have to be Puerto Rican. It's Puerto Rican's version of Spanish. Just go fucking come back with Spanish. All right, I don't give a shit. Watch Dora the Explorer over the weekend. You better come back speaking Spanish, or you're fired. And these teachers were fired down in the Carolinas because they don't speak Spanish, and because they didn't ask for this influx of children, but yet they went into the schools. However, that fucking sucks, man. If you're a teacher, that fucking sucks. To have that dumped on your doorstep, and then you're responsible for what you didn't ask for. And not only that, but you're responsible, you fucking lose your job. So hopefully that doesn't spread around the country and that doesn't become the law. But anyway, so these teachers were saying like, yeah, because of the border crisis, and I think it's spread all the way up here to New York. I never heard of it, so it's very quiet. It's very quiet what's going on in the media. But and again, it's not like about the kids, by the way, and it's not about immigration. It's not about that. It's not about these fucking Mexicans coming in. It's not even Mexicans. It's not anything. It's sad all around. But I just don't think people should be fired for stuff that's not their fault, right? I am a believer of why people flee countries for some reason. It's very easy to complain about it when you have things so well, but what if you're on the other end and you have a family to feed and, you know, right over there. See that there? That there is a better life for your family. I can see both points. I do. I understand. My argument is don't fucking fire teachers, good teachers, because of they don't speak a certain language that they weren't required to speak when they signed up for it. That's all. That's all, you know, I'm asking. But anyway, so some of the teachers were literally saying that. And some teachers are fucking pieces of shit, by the way. Some teachers just phone it in, right? They got tenure, which is the dumbest thing. America has... They don't have this in Ireland. At least I know of. It may have changed in the last 20 years since I was over there. There's two things that bother me about kind of the job system. The two jobs, police officers and teachers. And this is not anything anti-cop. You know, everyone knows I'm a pro-cop and I know I'm pro-teacher. I like teachers. I used to sleep with a bunch of them. I've had ex-girlfriends who were teachers. Big fan of the teachers, fantasy-wise. Right? It was always been my go-to fantasy when I was a boy, going through puberty. Big fan of teachers, me. But the police the PBA card, which I never understood in America, for those of you who do not listen in America, is if you know a cop, as in a friend or whatever, he will give you a PBA card. And basically what that means, if you get pulled over by another cop for fucking speeding or whatever, or you run a red light, or you're not wearing a seatbelt or whatever it is, the cop pulls you over and goes, oh, you weren't wearing a seatbelt, were you? And I go, no. Right, I got to give you a ticket. Hang on a second. Do you know John Malloy, the cop? And I go, of course I know John Malloy. He gave you a special card. Away you go. And you get to go home. But if someone else gets pulled over who just had a shitty day, didn't see the fucking light, he chanced it. You know that you go through the orange light and you kind of chance it. And you get caught, or you're maybe a few miles over the speed limit because you want to take a shit. You want to get home to take a shit. If not, you're going to shit in your fucking pants in your car. So you kind of put the foot down a little bit and the cop pulls you over. And if you're having a bad day, you get a ticket. But the PBA, the cops don't. Because I know a cop, I don't have to fucking pay this ticket. It's bananas. So that's my problem on the cop side of it. And on teachers, it's tenure. Tenure means you fucking just basically... here you go, you can't be fired. Unless you fuck a student. And even then, right, you might get away with it. Especially if you're a female. The females get away with it more. The men go to jail, you're scumbags, you know. But the females are like, oh, that's Sandra. She's a minx, that one. Sandra's a bit mischievous. Old, dirty Sandra. Sometimes the females will get away with it, right? Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes the females will get away with it. The men, they just throw the book at. But whatever. So tenure, you can't be fired unless you do that. Right? And I don't, you have to really fuck up to get fired as a teacher once you get tenure. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have to bang a student. You might, like, assist a kid in the school shooting. Like, hey, what? You got to release the clip there. You're not going to get your ammunition back in. All right, anyway, carry on. Right? So you got to fuck up pretty bad to get fired once you get tenure. But if you don't have tenure, you can be fired very quickly. Very, very quickly. And it's just tough to be a teacher, man. I really feel sorry for them. I really genuinely feel sorry for teachers, how hard it is to go in. Now, I know some people, you might make the joke like, oh, they get summers off, they get holidays off. And yeah, they do. They do. But you know what? Here's what my argument is. Like, if you want those days off, then you go be a teacher too. Just go be it. Go put the work in. Go do the schoolwork and become a teacher. That's all you got to do. Don't complain about someone else's situation because they have it better than you. It doesn't mean you can't go do it. So don't use that as an excuse. That's all I'm saying. But I think teachers have it tough. I think they struggle. They get no support from the principals. Kids are cunts today, right? Kids are fucking cunts today. And you can't hit them. You're not allowed to hit them, which is the dumbest rule. You should be allowed fucking oh my God. And then they get no support from above, the principal, and then they have to deal with the PTA. I don't know if they have the PTA. They didn't have it in Ireland when I left. I don't know if any other country has the PTA. The PTA is the Parents Teachers Association. And basically what it is a bunch of fucking moms, just a bunch of moms who got together and they tried to, well, we're here to do things to help the kids out, but also if a teacher's doing something wrong that we don't agree with, we're going to report it and cause a stink. And it's basically what the PTA is: a bunch of moms and one fucking loser dad. There's always a loser dad in there, by the way. If you're a dad in the PTA, you're not a great dad. You're a fucking loser. You're a suck up. You're trying to fucking either bang more PTA members, or you're trying to bang some of the teachers, or you yourself just never had what it took to be a teacher, so you want to just get in. And that's what the rest of it is: moms who think they could have been teachers, but they didn't want to do the work. They just didn't want to do the work. And now they want to go in and tell other. It's like in my industry, in comedy, right? One of the reasons I'm sick of the industry, I've sat in big offices, big chairs, big glass fishbowl rooms, right? In the big leather chairs with fucking people lying down that way in suits, people lying down that way in suits, all your best friend in the meeting, you're the next big thing. And then at the end of the day, when you leave, you're told, no, you can't do what we can't do either, by the way. They tell you that you can't do what we can't do either. Do you know what I mean? You're not good at what we can't do. That's basically what they're telling you. Same with PTA. They're telling teachers that you can't do what we were too lazy or we probably don't have the intelligence to do. But anyway, so those are some of the things that the teachers deal with. Just the awful fucking PTA. No support from them. Kids are cons. Like right now, I live across from a school. It's fucking December. It's freezing cold. I don't know if it's because of fucking COVID or whatever it is. By the way, I don't care about COVID anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking over. Oh, there's a new variant. Don't give a fuck. COVID can fuck off. I don't care who dies anymore from COVID. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Oh, well, what if this... I don't care. I don't care anymore about COVID. I fuck off with your vaccines. I don't want to hear about it. I'm not anti anything. I just don't want to hear about it. Fuck your vaccines. Fuck your boosters. Fuck your new variant. Fuck who dies. Fuck your masks. I don't care about COVID. You can fuck off. It's taken up too much of our lives and our time and our energy. Enough of it now. Enough of it all now. But anyway, so across the street where I live across from a school, it's a big open field and the kids are out in December and they're fucking out there for at least 2 hours in the cold, shivering, playing games because for whatever fucking reason, either the teachers think the kids need the fresh air because they weren't out there in the summertime when the spring happened, right? Before COVID, they weren't out there playing on the fucking grass. Now they're in the middle in the fucking field. They're running around a field in the cold with warm, big coats, hats, scarves, fucking gloves. And they're running around and teachers like, yeah, Becky, you're doing great, Becky. And Becky's in the fucking going, just fucking shiver. Did I do good, Mr. Johnson? Right, teachers have to fucking go outside with their kids now. Maybe they're being sent out there. I just think they need their break, right? We need to get behind teachers because you understand if we don't get behind teachers. Now, in Ireland, it was different. Like, Ireland, we fucking respected the shit out of teachers. Again, I know what it's like, right? You went to school, you had a uniform on. Every school had a uniform. There was not one school in Ireland that you did not have a uniform where you wore a fucking sweater, which is a jumper. You had a shirt underneath it. You had a tie, a fucking tie, right? Shoes, shoes, not runners or sneakers, shoes, a pair of slacks, and you walked to school, and then when you sat there and every morning the teacher walked in, you all stood up. Fucking Dia Guita Moontor. Hello, teacher. And the teacher would walk in and then you go saying, okay, everybody be seated. And you fucking sat down, you listened. And if another teacher came in to borrow cigarettes off the other teacher, they pretended they were talking about school, but you heard them. You heard who they fucked the weekend or whatever. And then you stood up again when this teacher walked in. You know what I mean? Like, out of respect. We respected teachers. Again, I don't know what that's like now over here, but I mean over there in Ireland, but like nobody respects teachers over here. Nobody respects them, but I think something is going to happen, right? And if you don't take care of teachers now, you're going to they're not going to bother. It's like the cops. Cops have stopped trying, especially in New York, because the cops in New York now, right? Here's what's happening: is that if I'm a cop and I tackle you, right? You're committing a crime and I tackle you. You're doing a bit of rape. You love raping, and all of a sudden I come along, not a fan of rape. Can't have that. Sorry, that's not only is it immoral, but it's also illegal and disgusting and evil. No rape for you. And if I grab the rapist, or the therapist, the rapist and therapist, same word. Look at that. Never dawned on me. So if I grab him and he falls to the ground and hurts his shoulder, for example, right? Now, there was a time where if he wanted to sue, and God bless America, you can fucking sue for anything you want. Even if you're a scumbag, you can sue. They would go and they would sue the town or the state. They would sue the state because, you know, the cop. Remember, like in the old 80s movies? I just get off the phone with the mayor, McCoy, and he's not happy. You just wrecked 2 fucking buildings, 12 police cars. I don't know why he's kind of, I guess he's black, right? You knocked down 2 city hall buildings, 12 police cars. You shut up that whole whorehouse and that crack house. The mayor is furious. I got to deal with your shit. Any more of this, I'll have your badge and your gun. That was the scene. Right? That was the scene in every 80s cop movie. That's what it used to be like. Bit exaggerating, paraphrasing. But now if I tackle the rapist, I take him to the ground, he hurts his shoulder, he sues Mick Thomas. Not the fucking, I just got off the phone with the mayor. Not the town, not the state, the city. He sues Mick Thomas. I got to go to the wife and kids. I've got to pack her bags and leave. Why? I stopped the raper. But what do you mean you stopped? There's a guy doing a rape. And I stopped him. And he hurt his shoulder, and now we have to sell our house because we can't afford it because I get sued. So cops are like, fuck that. Fuck that. I ain't getting involved. None of my business. I'm going to look the other way and let all this shit happen. So if we don't take care of our teachers, they're going to start looking the other way and letting our kids and your kids and the future of the country be fucking idiots. They're already idiots. Watching them online, I've watched enough fucking TikTok to know that the next generation, 2-3 generations down coming up, are fucking idiots. So you're going to take away their education from good teachers because we don't support them. Right? We're already at the everyone gets a trophy. I think I talked about this already. If I didn't, forgive me. If I did, forgive me. But right now we're in the workforce is the first generation of everyone gets. Remember that? We thought it was a great idea. Every kid gets a trophy. Every kid gets a pat in the back. You're fucking amazing. Everything you do is great, kid. Nothing you do is wrong. You're fucking awesome. You're awesome. Everything you do is amazing. Here's trophies. Everything. Well, now, and this is the type of things I'll be talking about on my podcast with Corey about mental health. Now therapy is fucking blowing up because all these kids are like, I was amazing, and I go to the job and he tells me I'm not amazing. I don't know how to deal with this. Whatever, I digress. So, if we don't have fucking teachers doing the jobs, just stop telling their kids that they're fucking amazing and just being honest with them and just really fucking educating them, right? Instead of just saying like, hey, here's new books in the curriculum. Really? What is it? It sucks to be white. Excuse me? Yeah, that's basically what the book is about. Page 1, the white man is evil. Didn't see that coming. Page 2, your ancestors are scum, so that means you're scum. Page 3, are you ashamed of who you are as a person, even though you haven't developed at all yet or an opinion? That's what's gonna fucking happen if we don't get behind the teachers. Teachers are walking out of schools because of this shit. Teachers are walking out of schools because they're not vaccinated and they don't want to get vaccinated. You're turning people away from fucking jobs. Now, this is going to be buried. The numbers are going to be down on this episode. I know it is. Algorithm is going to fuck off because I just know how it works. I'm saying some shit now that's going to get me in trouble. Not in trouble. They're just going to hide the episode. So people who normally are not subscribers, because sometimes you listen to an episode and they'll go, oh, you like that? Yeah, maybe you love a bit of this, and my episode will go in. That's how some weeks my numbers are in like the fucking high thousands, and some numbers it drops. But then, like, unless you're a subscriber, that's why I encourage you to subscribe, because you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to. But if you're a subscriber and you do want to listen to it, then at least it won't be buried. But anyway, so these teachers, they're being fired, they're being told to leave their jobs because they didn't get vaccinated. They've been told to leave their jobs because they don't speak Spanish. I just think the time is coming where the teachers will eventually be our new heroes. You know, they're our next nurses, and then they're going to fucking pull the rug out from underneath them and go, and then we're going to turn on teachers like we already turned on nurses. We turned on nurses now. We're like, get rid of them! Get rid of them! Weren't they heroes a few months ago? Yes, but now they're not doing the thing that we want them to do, so get rid of them. And that's what's going to happen with teachers. I'm going to end up with unhealthy, fat, dumb cunts running around the world. The world will then implode. It will turn into Planet of the Apes. The apes will be our overlords. And then we're fucked. Do you understand? Ripple effects. Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Cheers for coming back. I really appreciate you listening. And as always, take care of yourselves and wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.